Welcome to ICR Financial Fitness and my Credit Boost Experience Q&A podcast. Basically, I'm still into the introduction of my book. It's a long introduction because it's basically about what I went through, and also how I got out of my debts, how I fixed my credit, you know, and also the introduction of how I created my business too. And now is in the introduction of what my book is gonna be about. All right, guys. So before I turn into the section where I left off, which is called the truth, uh, I want you guys to let you know that every Monday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., I'm gonna be starting my Credit Boost Experience Q&A podcast. You know, where all where I'm going to be handling all your credit boost questions here on the podcast, online. So anybody that wants to register, and join us, and join me on my podcast. It's going to start on, let me put this bigger for you can see on the screen. Uh, you can register right now. All right. And to register, all you have to do is just text the number 7 to 1-855-964-4133. On your cell phone, you just put this number 1-855-964-4133. You're going to put it as you texting me, you know, and you're going to put only the number 7. You're going to type only the number 7. You're going to text the number 7 to the number only. That's the only way it's going to function to you guys. Okay. Then you're going to get a link, a picture and a link. If you don't get the picture, still fine. If you get the link, it's still fine also. You're going to click that link and it's going to go directly into my Credit Boost Experience Q&A podcast section where you can register for my podcast. my every Monday podcast, which is going to be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. starting June 6th or 8th, which is Monday. So Monday, the first week of Monday of June, that's when my podcast is going to be. I want you guys to register now, not later, because this podcast is going to be very, very informative. You know, in this podcast, I'm going to be discussing every single detail of how I fixed my credit and got out of debt through my book that I wrote. So basically, I'm going to be reading my book, which is basically a guide. My book is basically a guide for you guys to learn how to get out of debt and also fix, repair, and rebuild your credit. That's what the guide it's gonna cover. That's what my podcast is gonna cover. For 2 hours, I'm gonna be explaining to you, uh, different ways, basic ways to repair your credit and things like that. Basically, it's mostly focused on boosting credit experiences that I did, that I've learned, you know, throughout the months and years that I have been doing this and helping others, fix, repair, and rebuild the credit. So I help myself first, and then I help others too. So again, if you want to join my podcast, my credit boost experience Q&A podcast, all you have to do is call the number that you see on the screen, 855-964-4133. Not call, my bad, not call, text. That number is basically a text number where you get a link to go directly into my private group and also my private podcast, which is combined. My podcast is combined with my group, guys. So everything that I do live on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, it goes directly into my live group section. So anybody that's there, they can see me also live and also on my website too, you know. So that's what I just have to say. And now let's continue to the final introduction of my book, which is called the last section, The Truth. The Truth. So, so there you have it, guys. So now let's continue. See, it's called The Truth. The truth is, if you have a bank account and bills, then you have a credit score. I repeated myself, but that's okay. I need to know this. And your credit score matters, guys, more than you might think. Your credit score may be called many things, including credit risk rating, a FICO score, a credit rating, a FICO rating, or credit risk score. All these terms refer to the same thing, three-digit number that lets lenders get an idea of how likely you are to repay your bills. You know, every time you apply for a credit, apply for a job that requires you to handle money, or even apply for some more exclusive types of apartment living, your credit score is checked. And that's the truth, guys. So why a credit score is not important? I think it is. In fact, your credit score can be checked by anyone with a legitimate business need to do so. If your credit score is based on your past financial responsibilities and past payments and credit, and then provides potential lenders with a quick snapshot of your current financial state and past repayment habits. In other words, your credit score lets lenders know quickly how much of a credit risk you are. Based on this credit score, lenders decide whether to trust you financially and give you better rates when you apply for a loan. Apartment managers can use your credit score to decide whether you can be trusted to pay your rent on time. Employers can use your credit score to decide whether you can trust in high responsibility job that requires you to handle money. The problem with credit scores is that there's quite a bit of misinformation circulated about, especially through some less than conspicuous companies who claim they can help you with your credit report and credit score for a cost of course. A cost of a course. Okay, guys, there are a lot of companies out there that tell you something, and next thing you know, they make it worse. From experience, take my experience because I have been there, I have done that. That's why I did it myself. I learned how to do it myself. I pay myself. How I pay myself? I pay myself to increase my credit faster, you know, and better and earlier than these other companies help you to do it, you know. So I paid myself. All right. From advertisements and suspect claims, customers sometimes come away with the idea that in order to boost their credit score, they have to pay money to a company or leave credit repair in their hands of so called experts. In reality, you can do it yourself, but if you're working a job that you don't have time to do it, then I'm here for you guys. I do charge a fee, but I don't go all out and charge thousands of dollars just to repay your credit because I know you can take some of that money to pay some of those debts. But I do charge for my services, but not as much as other credit repair companies, just to make it clear with you guys. All right, guys. So if anybody that wants my services, my credit repair services, credit fix services, or credit building services, I do charge for them, but not as much as other companies do. Here in Connecticut, Waterbury, Connecticut, to be exact, right? So the best bet to get in contact with me is to text the number 7 to the number that you see on the screen. To the number that you see, the 855 number that you see on the screen. Text the number 7, join my group, and then you can learn, you know, uh, by joining my group, then you're gonna learn how much I charge and what services I do, you know, and how I help my clients repair, fix, and rebuild their credit. All right, so let's continue. Nothing could be further from the truth. It's perfectly possible to pay down debts and boost your credit on your own with no expensive help whatsoever if you have time. Now, if you don't have time, I'm here for you guys. I can show you how. I just need for you guys to be disciplined. I know you don't have time, but if you're paying for something, you know, something I want something that you want something new in return, something better in return. You have to be disciplined, you know, on the services that I'm gonna offer to you. In other words, you have to listen to what I have to say and follow step by step on the things that you have to do to get out of debt and also fix, repair, and rebuild your credit. You have to be disciplined, guys. That's all I ask. Because if you're paying for something and you're not disciplined, why pay me to fix your credit, repair your credit, rebuild your credit, or get you out of debt if you're not disciplined? So basically you're throwing your money away. All right. So you have to be disciplined. At least meet once a week, one on one, if I could explain to you where I'm at with your financial situation and with your credit situation. That's all I ask for my clients, at least once a week. I know they're busy on their jobs, but 1 hour of the week, they could, get in contact with me and find out how their financial situation is and how their credit situation is improving. That's all I ask, to be disciplined. Okay. In fact, the following 101 tips can get you well on your way to boosting your credit score and saving you money. So, not only boosting your credit score, save you money. In other words, like I said earlier, keep more of your money. Very important. Before the end of this book, you will be able Two, number one, define a credit score, a credit report, and other key financial terms. Develop a personal credit repair plan that addresses your unique financial situation. Find the resources and people who can help you repair your credit score, which is me. So you're gonna cut down on the resources, and the resources are gonna go to me. I'm the one that can help you. I've been doing this for years. I've been helping people for years, and I'm the one that can help you repair your credit, fix your credit, rebuild your credit. There's three different ways, guys. Repair your credit effectively using the very techniques used by credit repair experts, and much more. Plus, unlike many other books on the subject, this ebook will show you how to deal with your everyday life while repaying your credit. Your credit repair does not happen in a vacuum, guys. It doesn't happen quick. So basically, that was my introduction of my book. Sorry it was so long, but it has to be very informative, guys. It's very informative. So if you have any questions for me, I'm gonna be here for a little while. I'm gonna be putting a timer here, 24-second timer. Any questions that you may have, and then after that, I'm done with the introduction of this Credit Boost Experience Q&A podcast. Now, when I come back, the next section is gonna be on the first basics, on the basics of repairing your credit. The basics, what you need to start the process of repairing your credit. You're gonna see a video, and you're gonna see me talking and things like that. So that's all I have to say, guys. So if you have any questions, let's get started. Okay. I got one more question left.